This is Sarah.
This is Paul.
This is Michael.
This is Jorge.
And you are listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
You're the head on the spear. You're the nail on the cross. You're the fly in my beer. You're the key that got lost. You're the letter from Jesus on the bathroom wall. Your mother's superior with only a bra. You're the same, you're the same, you're the same kind of bad as me. You're the same kind of bad as me.
All right, the same kind of bad as you, folks. That's what the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus is. With your two resident, very bad people.
Very, very naughty. You've been a naughty boy, Lou.
You're going the right way for a smack to bottom, and I don't care who does it. Miss Katie Simone and Lou, a.k.a. Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini. Exactly.
A.k.a.
What's the name of that Joe Walsh album again?
What, the smoker you drink, the player you get?
Enough said. You're listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Lou Lombardi and Katie Simone.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, the July 9th edition. Now, summer is just like, it's like after you pass 4th of July, it's all downhill,
I mean...
It's just like you trying to get it all in before,
I mean, after I turned 18, it was all downhill, but...
And that was like 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah, why'd you give me this beer, Lou?
Okay, this is the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Every Tuesday and Thursday is a new interview with some really interesting people in the music business, musicians and the like. And every Saturday, there's us, Lou Lombardi and Katie Simone with the Loudini Music Podcast. You can go to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus to sign up for that. Make sure that you give us your name and email, because when you do that, it just comes right. You don't have to remember. You don't have to go like, oh crap, I missed a podcast. No, you get right there. You get all kind of cool extras and bonuses and stuff like that. You're really going to enjoy.
No porn, right?
Well, we're working on that. We're gonna start Porndini soon. Thank our sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine, pplmag.com. That's Pittsburgh's first internet radio, TV network, online community, and business directory. You can listen to, watch, download, and receive emails with the latest audio, video created by the members of the community. Read article, grab
what?
Grab coupons or
coupons.
See, we talked about this last time. Is it coupon or coupon?
Coupon. If you're from Pittsburgh, it's coupon. It's kind of like how we go to Du Bois instead of Dubois.
Dubois.
we go to North for Sales instead of North Versailles.
Versailles. Well, Katie, you know what? You're just gonna have that.
Just gonna have it.
You're just gonna have. I lived in this apartment building. In the.
Are you really
90s.
Playing Huey Lewis right now?
Yes.
Do you really want me to go Patrick Bateman on you right now?
Sure, why not?
Is that a raincoat? Well, yes, it is.
And the landlord, we had these windows that wouldn't close, and it was like 20 below, and it was snow blowing in. And I called the landlord, and I'm like, Dave, it's like windows are whacked out, like there's 3 inches at the top and snow and stuff. He goes, well, you'll have that. Like, oh, that was like, it was okay. You'll have that, So, anyways, you're listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Positively Pittsburgh Live is our sponsor, and it's a great place to go to, pplmag.com. As I was saying, it's a great place to get all kind of great information. A lot of businesses have information pages there and videos and audios. You can get a lot of great information. It's a great content site. About 1 million unique visitors each month. So it's a great place if you are a business or you have wares you would like to peddle. It's a great place to go and check it out and get yourself seen and heard. That is Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine, pplmag.com. And thank you so much. So we've got a good show for you tonight. We're going to be giving a little background on the album. What is that album we're going to talk about, Katie?
We are going to talk about the greatest album ever recorded about cocaine and sleeping with your bandmates, Rumours by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, and it is a great album.
It is a great album. It really is. I mean, it's songwriting 101, it's production 101. It's essential.
Yeah, it was one of those records that kind of like, I mean, nobody had that big of a hit like at that time yet. You know what I mean? It just wasn't quite,
Well, didn't Hotel California come out before that did?
But this has broken some kind of records, even with regards to
It really
that.
did, though.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it really has. So, just let's, and this is the track that opens that album. And no, not doesn't. Not that.
No, not
track.
Landslide. Oh.
But Landslide is on that. No, it's not on that record, but it is.
No, it's on the
song.
first one.
Yeah.
Well, the first one with Buckingham Nicks.
Really fun song.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they were really going for was to try to make every song a hit.
Exactly.
And it's one of those few records like that. But we're going to get into all that in a minute here. I'd like to start off with an artist that Ryan Froome, who I interviewed, I don't know, a month or so ago. He calls his band Froomador, and this is from his album Can't This Wait. It's got a great album cover I have to show you at some point, but this is the single. It's called Solar Energy, Froomador on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Give
Froomador, Solar Energy. I don't know if I heard the words solar energy in that entire song.
I don't think so. I don't think I did either.
That's just like kind of but I love that sort of like trippy. He was really influenced by Brian Wilson, and so there is a hint to that sort of like approach to songwriting and stuff in there. Very cool. Froomador. I really got to tell you guys that website so you can go check it out for yourselves. Here we are, Froomador. And it's froomador.com, but you got to spell that Froomador, like humidor, but Froomador, like Loudini instead of Houdini.
Right.
So there we are. So you're listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus Request and Dedication Show. This is a song that going out to Lindsey Buckingham from Stevie Nicks, all the way from Southern California. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Oh, this is 2 chords, Katie, and it's like one of the most freaking amazing things ever.
And it's the only #1 hit Fleetwood Mac ever had.
Wow.
It is. Like, it's funny because, like, I mean, I think if anybody thinks of Fleetwood Mac, I mean, even, like, I'm talking about, like, you're just, common people, not music nerds like us. But the one person that people associate with Fleetwood Mac, for the most part, is Stevie Nicks. And she did have the only #1 hit that Fleetwood Mac ever had in the United States. However, Christine McVie had the most hits overall. Because, I mean, girl knows how to write a pop song. Stevie gets a little too deep.
Well, it's the juxtaposition, and it's great that everybody in that band
weird
has
and trippy.
Everybody in that band has their own sort of vibe.
Exactly.
When they come together, like Lindsey Buckingham's music is not like Stevie Nicks', and Stevie Nicks' is not like Christine McVie, and John McVie and Fleetwood and Mick Fleetwood are blues guys. So
Yeah,
it's like this, like,
they're like, by the time this album came around, they're like, how did this happen?
Yeah,
can somebody hand me a tab?
But he had
and another rail, please.
I know. You know what? We're just going to get into this because there's some amazing things that sort of happen.
It's the most ridiculous album that ever
I know,
was
absolutely.
made.
First of all, we were talking about the numbers at the beginning. Let's just with the numbers. Mm-hmm. To this time of 2016 so far, Fleetwood Mac's unit shifting Mega Beast has gone 11 times platinum.
Unit shifting Mega Beast. Can that be my porn name?
Wow. I thought I was the only one on the show that did porn.
Well, I mean, times are hard.
You're afraid to pay the fee, so you find yourself somebody
who'll do the job for free.
We have to do it. We have to do one on Steely Dan. But anyways,
yes, thank you.
So it's an excessive 20 times platinum. It went excessive 20 times platinum in the United States. So, I mean, this is like it is a mega beast. It totted up 31 weeks, not all at once. At #1 in the U.S. album charts. In the UK, managed 1 week, a paltry one. Take a long, hard look at yourselves, UK. The singles did business too. So not so much in the U.S., but Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop, and Dreams reached 38, 32, and 24 respectively. But certainly in states where all three and You Make Love and Fun went top 3, and Dreams broke through the million barrier at #1. So that was the big. That was the big thing. So they sold a lot of singles. And, at the time, publishing was a really big thing because people wanted to buy the sheet music.
It did.
And all kind of stuff like that. So, and this was before, all the stuff, this is the 70s, before like anybody thought of like being able to download. I mean, I guess people made, at the time people were worried about people making cassette copies and giving their friends,
Right.
Little did they know what was to come. But there was a lot of money to be made. These guys made it,
They did. Absolutely did.
You want to jump in with anything? Got any things you want to share with this? Or
oh man, well, one of the things I found out when I was doing my research, one of the co-producers, Ken Callier, his daughter, by the way, had a couple of hit songs a couple of years ago. Colby Callier.
Oh, I did not know.
Starts in my toes. Yeah, like some like perfect, like really soft, like just smooth pop stuff that you can tell where her roots are. But anyway, Co-producer Ken Callier describes Lindsey Buckingham during the Rumours sessions as a nervous Nelly. He would come in the morning, always rubbing his hands together. He kept a big tape box full of pot, and he was always rolling a joint. So basically, he's a typical guitar player.
Oh, you know me so well, Miss Katie Zanone.
Don't forget we were in a band together.
Stevie Nicks wasn't too, do you know this? Stevie Nicks wasn't too wild about Go Your Own Way's lyrical content. No.
She was heated.
You know, when it says, shacking up is all you want to do and all that. She thought she thought that was angry, nasty, and extremely disrespectful.
Maybe it's not as poetic as Stevie would have put it, but I mean, it's the same sentiment across the board.
Yeah. There's a, there's a thing in here about Mick Fleetwood talking about his. Okay, Mick, this is something you guys might want to know. See, speaking of that, Mick Fleetwood took all the splits and the affairs. He took it really seriously, and referring to it as a classic intergalactic mess. I mean, and there was some fear as to what was going to happen, when you have those kind of emotions flying around. But one of the things that the people who saw Fleetwood Mac, on that tour, on the Rumours tour, and, said that one of the things they liked was they knew all this was happening. So they would sing the songs to each other on stage.
Right.
And that became their terrible heartbreak became like part of their act.
And the thing is, I've seen Fleetwood Mac about maybe 5 times since the early 2000s. That was one of the first concerts I ever saw. But I saw them a couple of times on the Say You Will tour, and I saw them in 2014 when Christine McVie rejoined the band. And it's still the same thing. Like, it's still the same thing. You watch Stevie and Lindsey just singing to each other, and it's just, I mean, like, I'm sure it, 40 some years later, they've kind of, healed all the wounds, so to speak. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're still banging backstage. I don't know, but
this song right here.
This one right here, something very interesting about this song. This is the only song in their entire catalog throughout the history of Fleetwood Mac that every member of the band who was playing at that time gets a writing credit on.
That I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
Great riff, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Something about this song that's also kind of interesting. The Chain was a theme tune for the BBC's Grand Prix coverage, which began in earnest in 1978. So when the BBC won back the rights to Formula One in 2009, after more than a decade without, popular opinion saw the theme reinstated. So this became the theme. I would never would have thought this was a theme for Formula One racing, but they're Bob's your uncle.
Is he?
Bob is your uncle.
I never knew that. Then again, a good part of my family is from West Virginia, so.
Well, this is true.
He's also your cousin, too.
She's your sister and your wife. It's a two great taste. It tastes great together.
Ew. But I mean, speaking of incest, this is probably this album I think is it should be schooling for any musician. Don't mix business with pleasure. Ever.
Well, where that advice goes, right?
Yeah, I should take my own advice.
Yeah,
but anyway.
I wanted to tell you guys about this song, something very interesting about the song, I think, by Christine McVie. You Make Lovin' Fun. Now, I would like to find out some more information on this fun fact, but Cyndi Lauper recorded a version of You Make Lovin' Fun in 1977 as a sound-alike for radio when the original version proved too expensive for stations to swallow.
See, I'd love to hear that. I have not heard that version because Cyndi sings with such a nasal tone. I can't imagine her sounding anything like Christine McVie.
Well, Cyndi Lauper's voice was probably different in the 70s.
Probably.
We'd have to, maybe we could find that. But what I'm kind of interested in is, does that mean that, when we thought we were listening to You Make Lovin' Fun by Fleetwood Mac, it was actually... Were they pushing it, pulling it off as Fleetwood Mac doing it?
I wouldn't.
I'd like to research that a little bit more. That's interesting.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't born until 13 years later. So. No,
These kids today.
Christine wrote this FYI about Richard, what's his name? Their lighting director. There's a great making of Rumours documentary, and she refers to him as a lighting director.
Lighting
director. Yeah, so who was it? Let's find out. I have a little... Curry Grant was his name.
Oh my.
Why wouldn't the lighting director's name be Curry Grant?
Curry Grant.
Curry Grant. He makes loving fun.
He likes to make loving rather fun. He likes to do all sort of wacky things with me private parts at times. Then I say, Carrie, what are you doing down there?
I never did believe in miracles.
But then I met Carrie, the lighting director. It was really very, very nice. He took me out for fish and chips one night.
We had a pint. It was a lovely time.
Out at the pub. Okay. Yeah,
Shut up!
Yeah, we're going to be getting letters from lawyers tomorrow. Okay. All right. Okay. Speaking of great bands with female vocalists in it, I want you to check this band. This is called Vexine. This band's called Vexine. They're from New York City, and this is a track called Hornet's Nest from their album Little Sin. Vexine on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
And cut by the trees that she stole through the forest. Then she fell to her knees. She swatted at her hair and tore out her dress. Then she laid right down on top of the hornet's nest. Sacrifice me to the angels. We may lie in the wilderness. We'll sacrifice everything we believe in, but don't leave me on the hornet's nest. Or should I offer her some comfort, wipe the tear stains from her eyes? Well, I'm afraid to even touch her. All I can do is stand here and cry. Sacrifice me to the angels. Leave me lying in the wilderness. We sacrifice everything we believe in, but don't leave me on the hornet's nest. She opened up her mouth, but no scream was heard. Face contorted in anguish. Why can't I reach out to her? She was covered in pine tar and cut by the trees. Watched her lay right down. Then I fell to my knees. Sacrifice me to the angels. Leave me lying in the wilderness. We'll sacrifice everything we believe in, but don't leave me on the hornet's nest. We'll sacrifice me to the angels. Leave me lying in the wilderness. We'll sacrifice everything
Vexine on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Let's go ahead and tell the kids at home where they can find out more. It is Vexine.com, Vexine.com. What'd you think of that?
I like that a lot. Great voice on that singer.
Yeah, there was some like really nasty guitar work in there too. Yeah, it was a cool vibe, as they say. But and you want to add anything else about Rumours? Got any other rumors you want to share?
Oh, well, I've got plenty of rumors.
Oh my!
But I mean, are they really rumors if they're facts?
You know what though? But are they facts? What if it was all made up?
I mean, I'm still kind of waiting, to like wake up in my snow globe and realize it was all a dream.
Yeah.
Oh man, what are you? Oh, okay. Here we go.
Just a little wee bit of this before we wrap up our rumors segment.
Can we talk for a moment about "Go Your Own Way" though? We talked about it a little bit because Stevie was definitely not pleased with the lyrics about "Go Your Own Way."
Okay, Stevie, be quiet. Katie's talking.
Yeah. Shut up, Stevie.
Shut up, woman.
Good.
The B-side of "Go Your Own Way," Silver Springs. That was it never made the record, and then they brought it out 20 years later for the dance for the reunion, but what an amazing song. I mean, like you said before, every song was designed to be a hit. No all killer, no filler. But somehow that song missed the final pressing. It didn't make the record.
I've heard that talked about many times, and they had reasons why they did not feel it. It was. I think they felt that it was in competition with another song, maybe Songbird or something, and they. But it just goes to show that even the leftovers were like amazing.
And if you're a real nerd like me, because I was definitely obsessed with Fleetwood Mac when I was a kid. I still am to an extent, but I bought they came out with a reissue maybe 15 years ago, which had some great like outtakes and unreleased songs. I mean, if you really dig, you can find all kinds of really cool Fleetwood Mac bootlegs, and there's tons of songs from the Rumours era that some of them they brought back maybe 30 some years later for a new release, but there's some ridiculous stuff out there, and it's all really good. It all could have made the record.
yeah, but that happens. There's just only so much room that they have on a record, and it was not the era of like we do now, where people put out a new single because they can, like every other day, on the internet. So it was a totally different thing. And
I think that had a lot to do with the next album they put out, Tusk, being a double record.
Yeah. Because
there was just so much stuff left over from the previous sessions for Rumours and the White Album, as we call it. Lots and lots of stuff that, they just didn't make those sessions and all kinds of other stuff. So that's why it was a double album. That Lindsey Buckingham was going through his Brian Wilson phase.
Yeah, that's a very interesting record too. But so Rumours by Fleetwood Mac, we salute you.
Yeah, can we do a shot to that?
We're gonna do a shot. We're gonna do a shot to that.
To Rumours.
To Rumours. Here's to Rumours. Well, you know what time it is?
Is it time to party? Is it hammer time?
It's very much like hammer time.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight.
All right. Welcome to This Day in Music. And the first, just to start off, the Bill Haley and the Comets went to #1 on the U.S. chart with Rock Around the Clock on this day in 1955.
Oh.
See, you don't remember, but there was one of the most amazing things that happened in the 70s on TV ever, and it was called Happy Days.
I'm familiar.
And yeah, but no, you're not. You're familiar. But you had to it was Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. And like,
Hey, I'm a big fan of hitting things until they work. Where the hell do you think I got that from? The Fonz, of course.
So, and it was just this thing, like, and people would talk about, you'd go to school, and everybody would talk about what happened on Happy Days that week.
So whatever happened to Richie's older brother?
Yeah, exactly. What was his name? A good trivia question. Ralph.
Ralph.
No,
that was Ralph Malph.
It was Ralph
what was
Malph.
his brother's name?
Rick.
Rick?
I don't know. Roger.
Ricardo.
With the rich Corinthian leather. Anyways.
Oh. It was Jesus.
Jesus.
It was Jesus.
It was
Nobody with the Jesus.
It was, yeah.
That creep can roll, man.
It was the Jesus. The Jesus.
The Jesus.
And okay, we're off the reservation here. But on the same music, 1955, this song was just everywhere. Oh! Here's a guy you like. No, come on. This is totally.
Please stop talking about the guys that I like, Lou. It's embarrassing.
This one
okay. You can talk. Johnny Cash is my boyfriend. I mean, in my heart, not literally.
Katie, listen to me. I just got the most brilliant idea.
No.
You need a T-shirt that says Johnny Cash is my boyfriend.
I would wear that shirt.
That would be freaking awesome.
I also want a shirt that says that famous quote that June's daughter said about putting the something back in the country.
What?
Remember the great we can't say it.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to leave you folks. You have to research that. But on this day in 1958,
just Google famous Carlene Carter quotes. There's really only one.
Johnny Cash signed with Columbia Records, where he would remain for the next 30 years, releasing over 60 albums.
Damn.
Want to talk about this? Here's another guy we both were talking about earlier.
1962, Bob Dylan recorded "Blowin' in the Wind" at Columbia Recording Studio. 1962. I mean, what a song. I mean, what a important song for that particular era. And I think it still holds true to this day. Lots of people covered this song.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the Peter Paul and Mary version.
I think that one of the things that Dylan did so important about Dylan is he took that what Woody Guthrie had like Woody Guthrie had really started, and not only Woody Guthrie, but people whose names we'll never know because they were lost to time. Right. He took that and brought the rock sensibility to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even before he went electric or anything, even this has that edgier kind of rock influence.
He made it palatable to a mass audience.
Yeah. And what's so great about this song is it is a true folk song. However, he really uses the metaphor, and all the lyrics are metaphor, as opposed to like a lot of folk stuff was like super literal. Like folk music was originally the music that was written actually for political rallies and stuff like that, right. And then it ended up becoming an art form. So, but yeah, this song was recorded in 1962, Columbia Recording Studios. What else happened? Some other good stuff happened, right? Oh! You want to talk about these guys? You ever heard of these guys?
Yeah, that band. Oh God. The Bugs, the Ruddles. Okay, 1969, working at Abbey Road Studios in London, the Beatles recorded in Maxwell's Silver Hammer. John Lennon returned to the studio after recovering from a car crash in Scotland, and a bed was installed in the Abbey Road studio for Yoko, who was pregnant at the time, who had been more seriously injured in the car accident.
Oh, man.
Talk about accommodations being made.
Yeah.
Studied metaphysical science in the home. Late nights all alone.
Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Not one of their big hits or anything, but it's it's very interesting. They have really nothing that isn't kind of interesting. There isn't really a Beatles song I don't like.
Yeah.
There's
some that I
you like
prefer
more than others.
to hear
Right.
other than this isn't one I'd go out of my way to listen to, but I mean,
would you go out of your way to listen to this song?
Absolutely. This is the most beautiful song about a stalker ever written. I don't care how many times I hear this song, it just it just touches me deep in my soul every time.
You know, on this day, 1983, Police started an 8-week run at 8 weeks at number one on the U.S. singles charts with "Every Breath You Take." It was 1980. Wow, I remember when the song came out, man. It was freaking enormous. Sting won Song of the Year, and the Police won Best Pop Performance for the song in the 1984 Grammys.
Synchronicity is just amazing album.
It's kind of like Rumours in a lot of
really
ways. There's
is.
a lot of great songs. Iconic record.
Can I take a moment to acknowledge my buddy Declan here? And just ask
Declan,
Lou.
come on in. Where's Declan? Come on in.
Just ask Lou. We are buddies. I was on stage with him once, by chance. 1977, Elvis Costello quit his day job at Elizabeth Arden Cosmetics to become a full-time musician.
Yay.
We're simpatico here. I used to work in cosmetics too, so I relate.
These, it's all about men named Elvis.
Men named Elvis.
So there's the American Elvis and the British Elvis.
No, I really was on stage with him once. Have you seen the photo?
Yes, I've seen it.
That's like my claim to fame. Like nothing I do will ever top that experience.
Oh, don't be so sure. But no, that is very cool. Congratulations on that.
And Elvis Costello worked for Elizabeth Arden. That's ridiculous.
Let's see. Because last week was Jerry Hall's birthday. Mm-hmm. This week, 1 week later, in 1999, like many years later, a statement was issued by Jerry Hall's lawyer saying that she had formally agreed to separate from husband Mick Jagger after more than 8 years of marriage. And I only brought that up because we were talking about
Did you ever see that
Mrs.
she
Mick
had
Jagger.
Jerry had a TV show for like a hot minute called Kept. And like it was like, remember when those like celebrity dating shows were really hot? Like we had a Rock of Love with Bret Michaels and Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav. Well, VH1 did a show on Jerry Hall for a brief moment called Kept, and these guys would compete to be Jerry Hall's kept man.
Oh,
you missed it, Lou.
I should have signed up for that.
You should have. I wanted to be on Rock of Love, but I wasn't even 18 yet, so. But I mean, now that I know that his hair is attached to his cowboy hat, I don't really know how I feel about Bret Michaels anymore.
This song right here was Cheap Trick's arguably like their last big hit.
Another night slowly closes in.
The Flame by Cheap Trick. I think it's a great song, and I love
It's an amazing song.
Rick Nielsen's echoing or sort of foreshadowing of the melody in the intro. There, he kind of like hints at it's a lot of great subtle stuff in that song. It's a beautiful song. So congratulations, Cheap Trick, #1 on the U.S. singles charts this day in 1988.
Robin Zander definitely showing off the fact that he was raised by two opera singers on this song.
Oh yeah, great voice, huh? Great
One
voice.
of the best.
Former Fuji singer Lauryn Hill began a 3-month prison sentence on this day in 2013. What did what did she get involved? Oh, tax evasion. She owed $1.8 million in taxes. That mean you're making some serious scratch, woman.
And interestingly enough, and obviously makes sense to mention it now, being with what happened the last couple months, but when she was in jail, Prince actually contributed to taking care of her children. Like he helped her out a lot.
I did read
Lauryn
that.
Hill is an interesting person. I read an article recently about why she's been late for shows, and basically she's like, I need to be in the right mindset, and the vibe has to be right. I'm like, can I use those excuses for when I'm late for work? Like, instead of saying I'm hungover as hell from my gig the night before, I really needed to be in the right mindset to sell some eyeglasses. No. Damn it, Lauryn Hill.
Oh, Lauryn Hill. This is an interesting story. Check this out. Arguably, the best vocal performance by Bon Scott, I think, is this song. Okay, while we're waiting for Bon Scott to start singing, it is Bon Scott's birthday. That's why I brought this up.
R.I.P.
Yeah, his real name is Ronald Belford Scott. Joined AC/DC in 74 until his death in 1980. He was brought up in that someplace, Kirriemuir, before moving to Australia with his family in 1952 at the age of 6. Having arrived from Bonnie, Scotland, he was dubbed Bon, and the nickname stuck. And after a night of heavy drinking, Scott found dead. He was found dead, real dead, in the back seat of his friend's car, South London. In February 9th, 1980, the cause of death being subsequently listed as acute. And there's nothing cute about it, alcohol poisoning. But happy birthday to Bon Scott. I think he's my favorite singer for AC/DC.
I agree. Absolutely. 1929, born on this day, Lee Hazelwood, U.S. male singer. Lee Hazelwood is known for the work he did with Nancy Sinatra. They did a lot of really cool records together. But he wrote her biggest hit, which was These Boots Are Made for Walking. But, I mean, they did a bunch of really cool records together. So definitely check those out.
Yeah, I don't know much about her other than that one song, so I have to definitely like to check it out.
But I mean, they covered a lot of like the Johnny Cash and June Carter duets and stuff like that.
I didn't know.
That's my favorite thing about like the mid to late '60s is everybody was doing the same songs.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. It was like a catalog.
Exactly. Like if there's a song that you really liked, you could find. I mean, Sonny, if Nancy and Lee were doing it, so were Sonny and Cher, and all these other bands, Johnny and June. I mean, they were all covering each other's songs.
And you could hear different sort of interpretations.
Exactly. And I mean, then you had a lot of those same like session cats playing on everybody's records. I mean, I'm a big nerd for that. That's what does it for me.
Born on this day, Mitch Mitchell, the drummer for the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
In 1947.
Yep. 1940, way back when, right?
Way back when.
Born on this day was Jim Kerr, vocalist for Simple Minds in the U.S. Don't You Forget About Me. That was like their big hit.
Yep.
But they had some other hits, but they were bigger in the U.K.
Exactly. Also, Chrissie Hynde's second baby daddy.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Katie with the the
I love Chrissie Hynde. I mean, anything related to Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders, I'm gonna know.
Speaking of torrid love affairs, born on this day in 1965, Courtney Love, guitar vocalist for Babes in Toyland and Hall, and married to Kurt Cobain.
And then shot him in 1994. Wait, did I just say that on the? I'm sorry.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Excuse me, that wasn't me, that was my evil twin.
Right.
Lou's like, okay, Katie's officially fired.
Speaking of evil twins, Kelvin Grant, vocalist for Musical Youth, was best remembered for their song in 1982, Pass the Dutchie. Do you know that song?
Pass the Dutchie.
Oh, see?
We were actually talking about doing that in my 80s band.
There you are, okay. So I was born on this day. And one of my favorite people, one of the guys I think has kind of kept rock alive, in my opinion, is Jack White.
You mean John Gillis?
John Gillis is running guitar vocals of the White Stripes and the Raconteurs, the Dead Weather, and of course his solo records. But plus playing with like everybody.
I gotta say, I love Jack White as a producer.
Yeah,
the albums he produced for Wanda Jackson and Loretta Lynn are among some of my favorites.
Hey, did you ever hear the? I believe he does with Alicia Keys. I believe I could have that wrong. It's the theme to one of the James Bond movies, and
which one?
I'll have to come back to that. Let's play a band. So that's sort of birthday shout-outs for today. And you're listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. This is Bad Cop, Gloom Bank on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Give you one
That is Bad Cop. And from I Can't Slow Down, Gloom Bank. Cool, huh? It's like kind of a cool, like punky rocky. And we just made it up a new style of music. Punky rocky. Punky rocky. It's kind of punky rocky.
Is it kind of like punk funk, like Rick James?
But we were talking about Jack White before. Let me just before we roll away from this, just want to make sure that everybody knows where. If you Bad Cop, cool band, interviewed them too. You can Facebook.com/Bad Cop Nashville. They're a Nashville band, by the way. It was very interesting talking to them about the punk scene in Nashville. It was very cool. They were very interesting guys. But we were talking about Jack White earlier, and this is something I thought it was very cool.
Tragedy. Yeah, door left open. A woman walking by. A drop in the water. A look in the eye. A phone on the table. A man on your side. Or someone that you think that you can trust. It's just another way to die.
Oh, I remember this.
Very cool, from the James Bond film Another Way to Die, right? Is that what it's called? Anyways, Jack White with Alicia Keys. So you might think they might be strange bedfellows, but their sound is very cool on this together, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, both Jack and Alicia are both really versatile artists. I mean, I've seen them perform in the most ridiculous situations, and they managed to pull it off.
Okay, well, I think that there is a difference between versatile and variety. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think you ever really want to be a variety act.
No.
But being versatile, somehow, I think versatile with like Jack White is like, he's able to kind of like do country and rock and a lot of different stuff. But he always brings his vibe.
He has his own little flavor.
Yeah, and it doesn't like become like, like when he does country, like you can't like it doesn't sound like
Right. No, exactly.
It doesn't sound like.
He doesn't sound.
I can't think of a country. It doesn't sound like Keith Urban or somebody like that.
It's not like Darius Rucker. Going from Hootie and the Blowfish to another goddamn cover of Wagon Wheel.
Okay. Yeah, really crazy, huh? But anyway, so we were talking about that earlier, but it's been a fun podcast here. We really need to get the heck out of here. We got all kind of stuff going on today. Today's the day of the Deutschtown Festival, and Super Monkey's playing at the Young Republicans Club, so you guys might want to check that out if you're in the neighborhood. There's great music all over the North Shore, so if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you are get your butt over the North Shore, like you can't go wrong. And ever you walk into any place, there's great music. Anything? Go ahead, Katie.
Well, if you're not feeling Deutschtown and you just want to eat burgers and listen to some rock and acoustic tunes, you can come to the Cadillac Ranch and see my acoustic duo tonight from 6 to 8, and that's in Robinson. And what else do I have going on this week? Yeah, nothing really that cool. So
everything else I'm doing is gonna suck.
Everything else is like really not even worth mentioning.
Wow. Ooh, snap.
Next week though, next weekend you can check out a double header of my 80s band Ridgemont High. You can check us out at www.ridgemonthighband.com. Friday the 22nd we're at the Rochester Inn, and Saturday the 23rd we're at the Awokens Township Community Festival. So if you want to get the 80s on with us, that's probably the coolest thing I'm doing all July.
Cool. All right. Well, there you have it. And go ahead and just throw your website up there real quick.
My website is www.katiesimonemusic.com.
Guys, it's Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini, and Katie Simone. Tune in. Just go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. It's real simple. And just pop in your name and email address. That's the way you keep up with everything that's going on. It just shows right up in your inbox. there's giveaways. There's all kind of cool stuff that you can get involved in. So that's why you want to do that. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Also, if you like the music that the bands we feature here, bands like Vexine, Bad Cop, Froomador, you want to get involved with the podcast, you can do that at supportindierock.com. You can do your part to make sure that these artists really get heard and more people every day know about them. That is supportindierock.com. One more shout out to my longtime and long-suffering sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine. Thank you so much, Joanne Quinn Smith. You are a true saint. You are a really amazing person. So thank you for supporting us. You can go to pplmag.com and just like whatever they got, just buy it. Just do it. Just whatever they got, just do it. That's all I got to say about that. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Katie, you got anything you want to add before we roll our little butts out of here?
Have a good time all the time.
I really can't add anything to that. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Guys, thanks so much for listening. We are Lou Lombardi and Katie Simone. You guys have a great one. Talk to you soon.